Alright, boom, check it out. That last video I made, I try to be a little bit humble, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't really trying to be into all that. But certain topics, you just got to get to the nitty gritty. You feel me? Certain topics, you can't even be humble. So peep game. Now, I come from a family, okay? I'm Haitian first and foremost. And I come from a family of prideful men, all right? My father was the breadwinner, okay? Now, he always made sure his house was straight. He always made sure his wife was straight. So never, ever, ever in my life, in my adult years, will I ever date a dude that is not prepared to do just that. All right? Now, I don't feel like a woman should be a stay-at-home wife or whatever. But if you got it, you got it. You can. It is what it is. I feel like a woman should, pull her own weight in society. Yes, I do. However, okay, I feel like the man should be the main breadwinner. So never, ever, ever in my adult life will I settle for anything different. All right? Now, for a woman to think that I would want her broke ass dude, sis, I feel disrespected. I do. I met home dude, right? He said, yeah, I have a baby mama or whatever. Well, no. Rewind. What he said was he had no kids when I met him at first. Because, when I met him, he was 40. All right? He's 41 now. When I met him, he was 40. So, of course, at that age, I'm like, yo, you got any kids or whatever? Because I myself got a son. It's reality. Nowadays, you meet a guy, especially at that age, of course, he's going to have a child. Or 2, or 3, or 4, or whatever the case is. But I just asked, not because I'm judgmental, not because I'll rule a dude out just because he have a few kids, a couple kids, whatever the hell, several kids, whatever it may be. I just asked because I need to know what's going on, what's up. First thing, he said, no, he didn't have a kid. I bet, didn't have a kid, boom. And it didn't sit right with me. So, I seen him again or whatever. I pretended like I never asked before. I was like, oh, yeah, question. Do you have any kids? Because one thing about human nature, all right? You will say something, but your face will be telling. Your face will be telling on you. Sis, bro, your face, it tells on you. Period. Because when he said that to me, it looked like he wanted to say more after that. But for some reason, he did not. Maybe because he just met me or whatever the case was. It's all good. So I asked him again, spin the block. I like to spin the block. You feel me? On certain things. Sometimes when you don't get that answer that you're satisfied with, or you don't get that answer that you feel is true, you have to spin the block. Ladies, spin the block. Fellas, spin the block. Don't go into your head thinking like, oh no, if I spin the block, I'm going to seem like I'm nagging. If I spin the block, I'm going to seem like I'm insecure. Nah, bump all that. Because why? When you first meet a person, who cares if they walk away? Do you care? A stranger walked away? No. It's when you form an attachment with someone, that's when you start to care. You know what I'm saying? When you form an attachment to someone, they leave, yeah, that's shattering. Yeah, that's going to break your heart. However, if you just met that person, you better ask all those hardcore questions. And if you got to spin the block on a question because you ain't satisfied with the answer that you got, or you feel like the answer that you got is false, you better spin that block. Spin that damn block, okay? So, boom. He comes to tell me he not only had 1 kid, 2 kids, but he got 3 kids. And he had 3 kids by a white woman, which she got him locked up or whatever. Apparently he had some drugs or whatever. And they got into a fight or whatever because he was dealing drugs or whatever. So they got into a fight. She called the cops on him. She snitched on him, whatever. And while he was in jail, he did a bid. He did 5 years. While he was in there, he learned the Bible like most black men that go to jail, they seek spirituality. So yeah, he learned the Bible or whatever, and he said like, oh, in the Bible it says it's an abomination to Christ for you to mix races. Boom, I took that. But what I'm not gonna take is you leaving your kids behind. Yeah, it might be whatever you say it is, but at the end of the day, once them kids are here, bruh, them are your kids. Those are your seeds. Those are your responsibility. You do not walk away from your responsibility. Yeah, it's true. When you know better, you do better. But that does not mean leaving what you have behind. Them kids are your kids. You helped made those kids. You are responsible for said kids. Now, when he said that to me, that was an automatic red flag waving in the air. Because I'm not simple. I'm not a simple-minded chick. You talk to me, I'm a retain that information. I'm going to hear you out. I'm going to let you finish speaking or whatever. But this be working. This mind do be working. So, whatever. Mind you, when I had met him, I had just gotten out of this little crazy situation or whatever. So, yeah, I needed a little bit of entertainment or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just want to have somebody to talk to. Somebody to flatter you. Women have that, like, I don't know if men are the same or whatever. Well, yeah, we all the same. But women have the tendency to keep a man around because they big you up. So, yeah, he bigged me up all the time. You know what I'm saying? Saying, oh, you look pretty, you da-da-da-da-da. Bigged me up all the time. So, of course, I kept him around just for conversation. But in the back of my mind, I already know this thing gonna be my man. Because, the minute you meet somebody, you know that you're gonna have sexual relations with them. The minute, and after that, when you speak to someone constantly on the phone, you know whether or not that person's a good fit for you. You just know. Something in you just know. And I already knew that man was not no fit for me. I knew that, okay? However, I had just got out of a little fender bender type shit. So, I entertained him because, hell, I needed somebody to talk to. Why not just keep it 100? That's all that was. I needed somebody to talk to. So, yeah, I kept entertaining him or whatever, which is cool because that only brought more flags, more red flags, more. Now, he told me he was staying with this woman who he said wasn't his girlfriend, but she helps him out. I'm like, are you sleeping with this woman? Yeah, we slept together in the past or whatever. When we first met, I wanted to take her seriously or whatever. And then I found out that me and her are not equally yoked. She's not the woman for me. You're the woman for me. This man is telling me this on about day 2. I'm the one for him. And he starts talking bad about this woman. Like, oh, she's not like you. You're this and you're that. Like, dude. Because I guess we had a conversation or whatever where I said, like, I was cooking or whatever. And he's like, oh, what you be making? And, I said, I'm Haitian, we get down. If you Haitian, we making the rice, we making the sauce, we making the legume. You feel me? He gets to talking like, oh, yeah, the woman that, like, he's roommates with, she gets food stamps or whatever, and she just only buys junk food or whatever. She's a heavy set woman, da 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 da. So he's like constantly praising me on how I look, and I'm gonna keep it 100. I ain't all that, I'm not, but I do watch what I eat sometimes. You feel me? So I'm not like all over the place, but I'm also not no slim nobody either. You feel me? But yeah, so this man is like, every time I talk to him, he's like bigging me up, bringing her down. Which, if you're a real woman, you will never appreciate a man bringing down another woman. Which I don't, because that's a red flag for me. For you to sit here and degrade and downgrade this woman that you're staying at her house, and you're basically her responsibility at 40 years old, you shouldn't be no damn woman's responsibility or anybody else's responsibility for that matter. Like, okay, yeah, we all fall on hard times, but the main goal in life is to always try to get back up. You feel me? So, anyways, this man's always bigging me up, bringing her down, which I'm not flattered by that. But of course, I'm human. So every now and then I do get a little cackle out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's a little ha, he going on. But in the back of my mind, I already know this dude ain't the one for me. Because if you can do it to her, Duh, you can do it to me. I'm not stupid. That's just not making me feel like, oh my God, I'm better than her. No, never. Mm-mm. A man bashing another woman will never sit right with me, will never make me feel like I'm some kind of something special. It won't. Because I appreciate a man with integrity. Okay? You know what integrity is? Integrity is what you do when no one is watching. You feel me? So, like, never can I ever entertain a man like that on a serious note. But yeah, single, not doing nothing, bored, out of work. It's like I'm either working with my child or I was home bored by myself. So, yeah, of course I'm going to entertain a couple conversations or two. Of course, why not? You know? And more red flags. When I will be talking to him on the phone and stuff, she will be saying stuff in the background, which I couldn't really hear all the time because she was always far back. And it's like, dude, if you have a roommate situation with a female, I feel like she's going to have enough pride and she's going to be mindful that you're not her man and she's not supposed to be trying to mess up whatever you got going on, right? Right. So whatever. A year go by or whatever after like the incident of her chiming in the background feeling some type of way about me or whatever because I'm on the phone and and while I'm on the phone and he's arguing her like, oh, she's not like you, you're not my people, she's my people, she's Israelite. Because for some reason, why when men go to jail they start talking that Israelite. I don't know like what's going on in the jail, but for some reason when black men go to jail, they come out and like all of a sudden they notice that they have a crown on their head. They notice that we are not like everyone else. Why do you guys have to go to jail to figure that out? But that's another story. Anyways, so whatever, he's always bringing me up, bringing her down. In my presence, in her presence, whatever the case may be. And so now this woman has a grudge against me now because, I'm like this girl that is like top tier and she's like down here. So she's feeling like she has to like attack me because what else are you going to do? If you think someone's greater than you and someone's praising them and that's the person that you love, the person that you love is praising them and bringing you down. The only thing you can do is tear that person down. So now she has a grudge with me. Okay. So this woman some way, somehow gets my phone number or whatever, calls me, makes all types of threats or whatever. And I am not one of those females that are like timid, to say the least. That's the best word I can come up with at this moment. I'm not a timid person. But what I'm not going to do is fight without a cause. You feel me? If I'm going to be fighting for a man, it's going to be a man that puts food on my table. It's going to be a man who gives a damn about me, who gives a damn about my child. That's the kind of man that I'm going to be fighting for. I'm not going to be fighting just because a female is in her feelings. That's your business. And number one, if I have an issue with my man, that I believe is mine, I'm taking it up with him. Never, ever, ever, ever will I go up to the female to make her feel like she's something special. Like, oh my gosh, she came to talk to me because she knows who I am. No, girl, baby girl, no. If there was ever a time that I ever approach a female about a man, it would be because I already lost. Now, if I know this is my man, I'm not going to talk to no female about him. For what? To big you up? To make you feel like you're something special? To make you feel like you're something that I should be worried about? I'm big on pride, okay? If it's one thing about Haitian people, we are big on pride. And I am never going to let a female feel like she's sitting at the throne and I'm the peasant on the bottom. Because that's how I feel. That is how I look at it when those situations, go down. When you go approach another woman about your man, you bringing her up because now she feeling like she's pressure. She gonna get a big old head, okay? Because now she feeling like she's pressure. Because why are you approaching her? You approaching her why? The only time you gonna approach a female is when you think she's better than you and when you think you lost the battle, right? Right. But anyways, So like me and this girl, we bumped heads a couple times or whatever. I seen her at the mall or whatever, and I said what's up to him, and I was with my son. Now when I'm with my kid, of course I'm gonna keep it classy, you know what I'm saying? Because I never want my son to see me in a situation of me whooping somebody or getting whooped. I don't want my son to have that trauma. So I don't want my son panicking. I don't want my son to feel like his mom is in danger, or his mom's a bad person, or his mom's a bully, or none of that. So of course I'm always on my best behavior when I'm with my child. So now I seen him at the mall or whatever, and I was like, hey, what's up? And she was like, keep it pushing, keep it pushing. And I'm like, I laughed at myself. I laughed to myself, and I'm just like, girl, this is me talking to myself now. I'm like, girl, I was already on the way out. Mind you, I was exiting and I seen him, and like he was at the food court or whatever, and I was exiting and I was like, hey, what's up? And I kept it moving. And then she chimed in like, oh, keep it pushing, keep it pushing. Like, baby girl, if I wasn't keeping it pushing, you tell me to keep it pushing would never make me keep it pushing. Okay? Weird. But anyways, so whatever. Fast forward to this year. I see her again or whatever, and well, them. And I was like, hey, whatever to him or whatever. And he was just like, he was like sneakily trying to be like, you know, like, she's right there, don't speak to me type stuff. And I'm just like, hey, cause boy, bye. Ain't nobody even worried about you. Ain't nobody worried about her neither. Cause she don't put no fear in my heart. Like, yeah, I was with my son that day. I kept it classy, but I'm not with my son today. And not that I won't keep it classy when I'm not with my son. It's just the fact that, girl, boy, you always on my line, okay? And him, this is somebody I talk to when I'm like at the nail salon or I'm folding my laundry. AKA somebody I talk to when I ain't got nothing better to do. Right? So anyways, this girl thought she was about to fight me, I guess. And I'm just like cracking jokes. If you know me, you know me. I'm gonna be cracking jokes. Like, girl, if you don't like me, you gonna hate me. Because, baby girl, I'm gonna crack me some jokes. If there's one thing Vanessa gonna do, she gonna crack her some damn jokes. So I'm cracking jokes or whatever. Like, oh, you want me to be quiet because she's here? Oh, but yours on my phone. Like, oh, no, I'm not with that girl no more. Whatever the case is. But, mind you, I already made up my mind about him from day one. Because when I asked you if you had a kid, you hesitated. So I already, red flag. Because, listen, I am 33, about to be 34. I don't got time to be collecting flags anymore. Like, when you're 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and you see them red flags, and you're like, whatevs. But no, there got to be a time where you change that behavior. And I'll be damn if by 33 I ain't damn change that damn behavior. Like, what? Anywho. So this girl thought she was gonna fight me or whatever, and I'm just like cracking my jokes or whatever, doing me, being Vanessa. And obviously she feels some type of way or whatever. So she ended up, so I had met this other girl or whatever that I was like hanging with or whatever, some white girl. And they end up going head ups because that girl, the white girl, for some reason felt like she had to come to my defense, which she shouldn't have done that. She should have minded her business because she should have minded her business because she got messed up. And not even because this girl could fight, but just because the white girl's hands wasn't correct. So she got messed up. And I'm looking like this girl, like, I'm looking at this fight, like, no, I didn't jump in because it was a black woman fighting a white woman, and I'm sorry. We done had too many histories. When it's a black woman and a white woman fighting, I hate to tell y'all this, but I'm not. Yes, that white woman came to my defense, but I am not siding with a white woman to go against a sister. Regardless of the background, regardless of the situation we had, I am not doing that. So yeah, you felt like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fight this girl because she was running her mouth. And I'm like, yo, I had this shit handled. I wasn't gonna fight that girl. I made my mind. Like, I'm at the age where if I don't want to fight, nothing can move me to fight. You can call me whatever the hell you want to call me, but if I don't want to fight, baby girl, I'm not gonna fight. Uh-oh, my light went off. Let me turn this light back on. This light got me messed up. Why my light turned off? Anywho, so like, yes, like I'm at that age where I'm not gonna fight a girl that I don't want to fight because when I was young, you know what I'm saying, and a girl would call me a bitch or whatever, that used to be the trigger for me. The minute the bitch call me a bitch, I just jump out of my character and I'm gonna whoop your ass, or try to, because you're not gonna call me no names at all. But anyways, so they get to tussling or whatever, and then the white girl lost or whatever, and I felt really bad. But long story short, baby girl, you have a dude that you are taking care of. You taking care of that man. I am 33 years old. I have a child. I have rent. I have utilities. I have to look good. You know what I'm saying? I like to buy myself some stuff. Listen, the upkeep of a woman is not cheap in 2022. It is not. We doing all types of stuff. We gotta buy all types of stuff. Even if you're a natural haired woman or whatever, you don't wear weave, you don't do all this, extra stuff. We still got things to do. We buying conditioner, okay? We buying hair cream, we buying gel, we doing our thing. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't do certain things, it's always one thing or the other. If you're going to a natural look, you still got to do things. You still got to get them eyebrows done. Okay? If you don't want to wear eyelashes, you still got to get some mascara. Okay? My mascara costs $27. Okay? My brow thingy-majiggy, $20. Okay? I don't got time to be taking care of nobody. I do not got time to take care of nobody's son. That is not what I'm here for. Especially coming from a family where I seen my dad taking care of his woman. Fuck, guy look like taking care of a grown-ass man that can't keep a job because he want to be fighting at work. Like, why is you fighting at work? Ew. Why? Like, what? We all know jobs are like the most stressful places. All right? But what I'm not going to do is let some little girl, woman, whatever the hell she want to call herself, mess up my bag. Because at the back of my mind, I know I got a son to feed. I know I got some things I need to maintain within myself. I got to buy a face wash. I got to buy all types of stuff. All type of little mediocre stuff. They add up. You feel me? So I'm not going to be taking care of nobody's son or messing up my bag. Because when you mess up your bag, what the hell do you have? A man might want to help you out, but it's 2022. Do a man really want to help out a female that's not doing nothing? Absolutely nothing. So what the hell do I look like messing up my bag? With that being said, what the hell do I look like wanting to mess with a 41-year-old dude who's okay with messing up his bag? This girl want to fight over a dude who goes and sells his, what that thing called again? He told me. I never heard that word before until he told me. God dang it, I forgot. But the white blood cells. You know how you go and sell your white blood cells or whatever? This the guy you want to fight over? I tried to be humble, but females be out of line. Don't you dare disrespect me thinking I want your man that don't do nothing, don't got nothing, won't put no food on the table for you. What? Baby girl, no. Hell no. I like nice things. You feel me? I like nice things. Now, I'm not saying that I be out here Gucci down, and I ain't saying I be out here Louis down, but I need a roof over my head. And if a dude gonna be in my face, he better be able to help. Especially if you think you about to stay up in my shit. What is you bringing to the table? What is he doing for you? Nothing. He's not doing nothing for you. So what makes you think somebody else want him? Somebody else probably do. Not I. Not I. Okay? I'm going to end it up with that. Okay? Ladies, when you got a good for nothing somebody, which really isn't nobody, but we ain't going to get into that. But don't nobody want him. Nobody. Maybe somebody might want a little turn, you know, a little but that's it. Return to sender. Spin the block. But that's all for today, y'all. Be blessed. Good night. V-Loop out.